What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Sharp Sports Media. And today on the afternoon game, the Mets fall 2-0 to the Houston Astros, losing this series 2-0, getting swept, and going 0-4 versus the Astros this year. In about a span of a week, they lose all four of those games against Houston. Two last series. You had the Marlins in between, but two last series at Houston. These two at Citi Field. And a lot of Mets fans, they're panicking. Oh my God, here it starts. Here starts the toilet bowl. And while it's not good, everybody needs to relax. RELAX. Take an Aaron Rodgers pill, seriously. For going over this game, I mean, there's some positives to take away from this game. First off, it wasn't a blowout like the other ones, but Taijuan Walker had a fantastic game, bouncing back after his performance last time, because you had the same two pitchers who went up against them in Houston to go up against Citi Field. And that's really hard to do. You just saw the pitcher not even a week ago, and you get to go up against them again. It's tough for pitchers, I'm not going to lie. And Walker goes 7 1/3, 4 hits, no earned runs, only 3 Ks, but he gets to work out of jams, and he had a great game going 7 1/3, only 4 hits. Really gave you a lot of length there, so you didn't have to worry about your too much bullpen. He has to look like this for now on. We need that first half Taijuan Walker of last year. And if he can do that, he's really going to help. And he's proven he can against a very good Astros team coming back after just playing poorly against them last start. It's a huge turnaround for him. And it was definitely the hitting. Obviously, you didn't get too many hits. I mean, just your closest was in the first inning. Your closest chances. You're going up against Justin Verlander, one of the best pitchers in the league. He right now has a 2.03 ERA. I think he's probably going to end up winning the Cy Young at the end of the year for the AL. Like a fine wine, he just ages well with time. I mean, so it was going to be a tough battle coming in. And you're like I said before, your best opportunity was in the first, and after that, he got in a groove, and you just weren't going to score against him. You've seen outing like that for DeGrom on our side before. So you're going to run into those walls sometimes, and in the first inning, unfortunately, you couldn't take advantage, and you had to take advantage. And bringing in Diaz, so Altuve up 1 out in the top of the 8th. You take Walker out after facing the 9-hitter, and you bring in Diaz to face the top of their lineup. Again, I love that decision from Buck Showalter. Have your best relief pitcher face their best or their heart of the order, their best batters when they need to. And I'm glad with that. Diaz, probably would have pitched the rest of the 9th. I don't know with what happened with Yordan Alvarez and Pena. Them colliding, hopefully they're okay. I mean, just for the sport of baseball, you don't want to see guys get in general, as humans, you don't want to see people get hurt. But seeing a guy like Yordan Alvarez, who's been as hot as anybody can be. I mean, this dude is scorching baseballs, left, right, center. It don't matter. No baseball is safe with his bat in his hand. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous how he just knocks the baseball around in the past couple weeks. So to see him get hurt is very rough, and can go on a sketch out on the what's it called, the vehicle to get taken off. But yeah, he's a huge name for the game of baseball. So as in general, so you don't want to see things like that. But I mean, I like having Diaz in that role. I really do. Now, Drew Smith, he's been probably your second best reliever this entire year. 2.48 ERA on the year right now. And he gets the worst hitter in their lineup. That's the part that really stung. And this was a gut-wrenching loss. Castro's hitting 115. 115. 205 on base, 179 slugging. And this dude it's a 2-run rocket for Drew Smith. He had a hanger. Listen, these are all these guys are MLB players. They are at the highest level. You throw a meatball, a hanging breaking ball, anybody can take that out of the park. It was sitting right in the middle of the plate. I mean, they might not be the best MLB players. Obviously, he is not. I don't know if he stays in the show, if he's having a rough patch and he'll improve. But he's gotten to the MLB. He's a good enough hitter to take a ball like that yard. So, big mistake by Drew Smith. Hopefully, he bounces back. And this was a tough loss. This definitely was a tough loss. But I also want to talk about the first game, and the biggest issue out of the first game, obviously hitting sucked. You got to get more against Framber Valdez. You got to be able to take advantage of the chances that you get, and we just couldn't take advantage of. Until the ninth, we didn't score. So that was a problem. My bigger problem is Carlos Carrasco. Yes, I said before, it is tough to face the same team in a week, and he had a rough go of it in the first inning, not getting the check swing call, the double play getting overturned, and you heard him complain about that. But you're a veteran in this league. You've been around the block, Carlos Carrasco. I don't want to hear excuses. You want to say, yeah, it was rough for me. Yeah, I got to my head, but I need to be better. This isn't on the rest. It's on me. I need to perform better. I can't let things like that get in my head. I got to turn the page. That's what I want to hear from you. As a big part of this rotation, especially with DeGrom out and Scherzer hopefully coming back soon. Just had a rehab start today. Hopefully that's his last rehab start, because I need some Mad Max back in my life. I know you guys do too. Yeah, we all need Mad Max back in our life. But I don't want to hear excuses from Carlos Carrasco. You have excuses, fine, but don't make them. Say, I got to be better. Don't say the umpire's got to be better. The call's got to be better. Okay, say that, but say I need to be better too. Just don't. You got to be able to take some blame. You're a professional pitcher. Take some blame and own up to it. And he didn't do that, and that really annoyed me last night. The other thing, Jason Castro has been atrocious. This dude has been atrocious for us as a lefty. 6.58 ERA is terrible. He's on a minor league deal too. So I think this proves one thing. The number one thing on your shopping list at the trade deadline is a lefty reliever. Whether that, I've seen maybe Chafin thrown around, who we probably should have signed in the offseason, or other guys. Or even just somebody. You need somebody in that rotation. And if you want another lefty later in the year, you're gonna get another. You could add David Peterson to the bullpen later when McGill comes back. But he's going on the 60. He went on the 60-day IL. He's not gonna be back for a while. So if you make it to the playoffs, you can have another lefty as well. So then you have two solid lefties. So you wouldn't need Shreve, because then you have the 6 guys, and they're not even gonna all start. But you could put Peterson later in the year in the bullpen, and you can have that 6-man rotation at the end of the year, and then shorten it even more for the playoffs with DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett, Walker, Carrasco, and McGill, and then you put, because Peterson's been great for you. So once that happens, you'll be able to have 2 strong lefties if you can get another one. So that has to be item number 1 on your shopping list, because Jason Shreve looks like he throws beach balls out there, because everybody just connects. He cannot get nobody out. Can't get a lefty. Can't get a righty. I might be able to get a hit off him. This guy stinks right now. Absolutely stinks. So that is your number 1. Those are the 2 takeaways I took from the game last night. Tonight, again, heartbreaker. Drew Smith's got to be better, but I do expect him to bounce back. And the other one is relax. The Houston Astros are a really, really good baseball team. They're a top 3 team in the league. They're leading their division. They're sitting at 46-27. This is a very, 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 very good baseball team. And you didn't live up to play against them. Okay, it happens. You could see them later on down the line and be a little different. Hopefully you're healthy, but you're not going to win every series. So it's about bouncing back. It's about, all right, we got to win this next series coming up. You're playing Texas Rangers. This is a must-win series. Let's try to get a sweep for once against Texas Rangers. This is not a division-leading playoff team. This is a mediocre team at best, and you got to be able to take advantage of that for sure. It's how you bounce back. You got to be able to get up after this. You took a haymaker and you went down. It counts up. But it's only at 1-2 right now. It's not at 9-10. It's at 1-2. Get up. Start fighting again, because this team is still in a good position. You're still in first place. You still got guys who are going to be all-stars. You got a great hit. You got a great bunch of hitters. You got great pitchers. You got a good enough bullpen. Relax. And I know as Mets fans, we're taught. We've learned that this team will give you hope. Then they'll take it away. Then they'll slowly look like it's about to come back to you, and then they'll stab it out of you. Just break your heart. So I understand some people being cautious and not optimistic. I get it. Trust me. I may not have been around for 40 years to watch this Mets team and suffer, but I've been around long enough to know. Trust me. So I understand if you have that type of way. You feel that type of way. But this team is different. I've said it before. I'll say it in wins. And I'm going to say it in losses as well. Like, this team is not going to collapse on us, I don't think. It would be ridiculous if they would. They have too much talent not to, and they're just going to get healthy soon. So hopefully we can get Max Scherzer back. He said after his last start, went 3 2/3 innings, I believe, with the Rumble Ponies. That hopefully this is his last rehab start. Was cool though. He was his catcher was Francisco Alvarez, and he hit a nuke. So the future catcher with one of your aces, good to see, because he's going to be playing with him soon. And for everybody saying to call Alvarez up, listen, Alvarez has MLB-ready hitting skills. He can hit in the major leagues. That's not what the problem is. It's his framing and it's his catching just needs to get a little better. It's not poor, but it could get better, and you want to make sure he's ready for the big leagues to catch, because you don't want to just throw him at DH and then ruin him as a catcher for your future. You don't want to stick him at DH then for 10 years. You want him to be an all-star catcher. So I wouldn't rush him. Maybe at best you bring him up for a couple days just to show him the league. But maybe next year you bring him up. But you want to make sure he's ready. You don't want to force anything. And I understand, we haven't gotten any production from McCann, Mazika, and Nito, really. Our catching production has been piss poor. But that's not a guy you rush. This is a guy that could be a 3 in your lineup, a 4. This could be one of your best players in your lineup. You don't rush that. You want to make sure that he is good to go. So, hopefully we bounce back against the Texas Rangers. We play them tomorrow at 7:10. Or do we play them tomorrow? Or do we play them? Yeah, we have a day off Thursday. We play them Friday at 7:10 at Citi Field. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to give me your Mets takes or any baseball takes, my Twitter is in the description. It's jsharf_1216. Thank you guys again for stopping by, and I'll see you on the other side.